Hello and welcome to day 18 of the 30-day Joy Yoga Challenge. Congratulations if you have made it this far. I'm sure you are recognizing some changes in you, whether they be breath, body, whether it be staying in the present moment or a greater sense of belonging to self, to those we care for, and to community. I invite you to find a comfortable seated position. Our day 18 is on mindful movement, so I will be encouraging you to breathe throughout the moves and to notice and be mindful about what's going on inside you with breath, with body, with movements, with changes, to be mindful. I invite you to lower your gaze or close your eyes and just begin to notice breath. Focusing on that mindful connection between breath and movement. So noticing how the body responds to the inhalation and the exhalation. Begin to think of an intention for your practice today and beyond. Your intention can be a single positive word. Perhaps it's a commitment to be more mindful in movement for this time or for off the mat. Perhaps your intention has remained the same from day one until now. I invite you to breathe your intention in deeply, and as you release the breath, to send it out before you. We're fostering a deeper connection with ourselves, with belonging, and with the present moment. Take another deep breath in. And as you exhale, begin to lift the head, open the eyes, drawing arms wide, pressing shoulders back, lifting chest, maybe looking up. As your inhale starts, begin to lift arms overhead, allowing palms to touch, bringing hands down to heart center, pressing the palms together. This is Anjali Mudra, meaning we are coming together as one on this journey. And release the hands. And today I invite you to come to all fours, maybe pressing up through those tripod hands, sweeping knees behind, or any way that feels good for you today. Placing knees under hips, wide fingered hands, wrist under shoulders. And we're going to gently begin to warm up the spine, coming into cat-cow, thinking of connecting breath with movement. So it is the breath that guides the move. So as we come into cow, we're lifting chin, chest, and hips. On an inhale, pressing into the hands, squeezing shoulders into back. As the exhale starts, begin to find cat pose. Tucking the chin and the chest, arching the back, navel to spine. On the inhale, let that guide you back to cow. and continue alternating, allowing breath to guide the move as we warm up the neck, the spine. Finding one more of each. Coming back to neutral spine. You can continue flowing in cat and cow if you want a challenge, if you would like to build a little heat. Come on the balls, or not the balls, the tops of the feet, and begin to lift the knees, pressing down through the hands, head lifted, breathing in and out through the nose, noticing the strength in the arms, feeling free to drop down or to continue in cat-cow this whole time. One more breath. On an exhale, bring the knees down and begin to sit back in the hips. Walking the hands out, palms down, bringing the forehead down to the mat. Breathing in and out through the nose. One more breath. On an exhale, coming back to all fours, bringing wrist under shoulders, tucking the toes. We're going to find our first downward facing dog, coming into it slowly. Maybe you leave the knees bent. Maybe you find a toe stretch here. Maybe you straighten the legs, heels lean toward the mat, sits bones pull toward the ceiling, rolling shoulder blades away from the ears. Breathing in and out through the nose, keeping the heat inside the body. Lifting up on kneecaps. And on the next exhale, lower down to the knees. Inhale. Exhale, finding downward facing dog. Taking a breath here. And on an exhale, finding all fours. Inhale. Exhale, lift the hips, straightening the legs to your edge. Remember, your edge is the end of your comfort zone, and that breath is always first. Allowing the head to sink deeper, feeling a stretch perhaps in the back of the legs. One more breath. And on an exhale, lower down. You may want to find a block or a book, perhaps. We're going to be coming into dragon pose. So we're going to be opening the hips, and we're going to be staying in dragon pose in a few variations for a couple of minutes. So again, remember your edge, the end of your comfort zone, taking a break whenever you need to, coming out of the pose or maybe sitting back into the hips and finding our child's pose. So from all fours, and I'm going to bring in my other prop, which is the supplemental portion of the Joy Yoga mat, which I absolutely love for my knees. I'm going to extend one leg. So you're extending one leg while lifting the upper body. And I'm going to walk my toes out until about the end of the mat, because We're looking to get this nice stretch in the hip flexor, bringing the hands to the inside of the foot, untucking the toe in the back. If this is your edge, adjusting for your edge, I am pressing this extended hip and thigh down, drawing navel to spine. However, you can also bring in a block. Lifting up through the chest, pressing down through the hands, remembering that the block has 3 levels, finding the one that works best for you. If you want more in dragon pose, you're going to come down to the elbows. Maybe clasp the hands and bring the forehead down. And if you're here, you're allowing this knee to press away from the body. It will almost happen naturally as you continue to breathe and notice sensation, checking in with breath, with your edge. And if you want to add a dragon twist, you begin to lift the arm, breathing in and out through the nose. Taking one more breath, and then slowly pressing yourself up with the hands, coming up, placing knees under hips, and sitting back into child's pose. Remember your options. You can have knees open, toes touching, or knees supporting the body, dropping down, noticing the connection of breath and movement. Notice the expansion of the inhalation, and perhaps find room to deepen sensation on the exhale. One more breath. On an exhale, slowly press yourself up to all fours, knees under hips, and then begin to lift the upper body. And we're going to do dragon on the other side. Extending the foot and then adjusting. Knee over the ankle. Bringing both hands to the inside of the foot on a block or not. Lifting up through the chest. Allowing that extended hip thigh to lean toward the mat. Bringing in a block or staying where you are, or maybe coming on your elbow. Allowing this knee to fall out if you're on the elbows. Breathing in and out through the nose. Noticing sensation. Honoring your edge. Connecting more deeply with self through movement and breath. Maybe opening, finding dragon twist. One more breath. Slowly release. Coming back up through the hips, bringing knees together, and finding your child's pose. Knees close, knees apart, head down. Slowly come back up to all fours. Wrist under shoulders, wide fingered hands, knees under hips, tuck the toes. Press up and back, downward facing dog. You're going to slowly walk the hands back to the feet. Straightening the legs to your edge. Grab the elbows. Allowing the upper body to sink toward the earth. Breathe. Navel to spine, release the hands. Airplane wings out to the side. Slowly lift up, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart. Namaste. Ashe. Day 18. Done. See you tomorrow.